So let's update the Rotten Tomatoes game, which
A
we
game that
restarted.
you are doing better with as opposed to me.
I generally do okay in this. I won last year. We obviously restart every single year. And in January, one, two, three, four, five, six movies are up for grabs. And we're backloaded for January. So we really don't have anything to update, minus one movie that came out this
Hmm.
past weekend, which is Den of Thieves 2.
Mm.
And we'll still wait about a week to lock this one in. But two big things. I'm winning it right now. It's currently sitting at 59% with only 59 reviews, which is a little
That
surprising.
is
Not a lot of
surprising.
reviews.
Yeah.
So right now I'm winning that. And again, we changed this game for this year a little bit where whoever gets the most point within a month gets 1 point for that month. So we're not
Yeah.
having all these points to keep track of. The second big thing is I predicted 56% and it's at 59. It was at 58 earlier today. So I'm very close to getting that exactly on. I don't think that's going to happen, but it is a good start for me.
Yeah.
It is a good start for me. And we're recording on the 13th of January. And I believe the review embargo for Wolfman, which comes out later this week, is Wednesday afternoon. So we'll
That's
know
right.
within the coming days how that one's shaping up. You did 82%. I did 85. 85 seems like way too high at this
It
moment.
seems too high. Yeah.
So I
I'm
think you're
starting to think that I'm
probably
way
going to
too
get
high.
that. Oh, yeah, I know, but you got that good leeway. I'm thinking 70s. I should have done low 70s. If I could redo that
Yeah.
one, I totally would. So we'll find out this week, but a good start for me. I think you're gonna edge even this week. And then we got one of them days, next week, and then in a couple weeks we also have Flight Risk, and then a week after that, Dogman and Companion. Which I should say, I saw a headline about Companion that completely spoiled the plot. It didn't spoil
Mm.
anything necessary, but I'm like, okay, now I officially know what it's about. Which is
Uh,
kind of a bummer because I haven't seen anything outside the teaser, which I don't think we've gotten. So that kind of sucks.
I think I can't remember, but I feel like I was watching something and it was on as like a pre-roll ad or something like that. And it was a real quick maybe I heard it in the background. And it was something like I heard like it was like a tease in the line. And it's so fast that I'm like, oh man, I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to go in as, you know, fresh as possible. But it was something I don't even know if I want to say it because it doesn't really reveal a whole lot. But I was like, huh,
Well, I'm
fascinating.
curious, but
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Yeah. So what? So you did see it. You did see or a part of it?
It was a headline in an article,
Okay.
and I don't even know if a clip was released because I'm pretty sure we haven't gotten a second trailer yet.
Yeah.
But it did within one sentence say what the movie was about,
Hmm.
and I'll leave it at that. Another thing is I mentioned is 13th. Tomorrow's the 14th, and it's another holiday. We seem to record around this time for whatever
Yep.
reason. It's the VOD or the premium VOD release of Kraven the Hunter. So I'm gonna finally get to watch that.
Are you excited?
I am. I don't think I ever said this story on a podcast or on a video thing that we've done. I was literally walking out the door to go see that, and my wife stopped me and said, "My water just broke. We got to get everything together, and we got to go to the hospital." So she stopped me, I think, from seeing an absolute piece of garbage in theaters. So now I get to see an absolute piece of garbage at home.
At home, yeah, just but the other thing is I was gonna say you could now you don't have the Netflix like the tier of being able to
Mm,
see the Sony movies
no,
because that's a deal like Netflix obviously it's the I think it's the highest tier I believe right
it's like $20 to have that
yeah
for like ad free and stuff like that. It's
yeah
not worth it to me.
and of course there's
Uh,
like premium but then Sony's got to deal with Netflix that they get like first dibs on new Sony movies that come out and
I'll
so that's
just
one of those
I'll find it on the old internet and
yeah.
watch it.
And it's a matter of time that they'll put it on Disney Plus because, Bob Iger and company, they definitely are trying to find any way to milk that cash cow.
So I'm excited for that. And then Yeah, and I was going to tell you too. One show that my wife and I started was the new Ted Danson show on Netflix.
Oh
I think
man, what do you think?
we're like 4 episodes into it. Did you finish that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think
I
about it? A Man on the Inside.
One, I thought it was a murder mystery. So when it started, and I don't know if it gets into that territory, but it's about a stolen necklace to start off, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's not what I signed up for. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I just was under the
expecting.
pretense
Yeah,
that I was like, that's kind of a heavy subject matter.
yeah,
But yeah, man, we think it's a lot of fun. It feels like a nice throwback to something. I mean, it is from the guy that did like
from sure.
Parks and Rec,
Right.
Parks and Rec, and
In the
Brooklyn
office.
Nine-Nine and The Office and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it feels like that, and it's a nice, fun 20-minute episode show, and we're having
Hmm.
fun with it. So we might crank the rest of it out tonight. But
So
I wanted to let you know, man, I like it. I think it's fun.
I'm glad that the recommendation is paying off. I've been recommending that to everyone because it is a fun show. It's lighthearted, but it also like every single episode I think has is a nice comedic flow, but there's also heart behind it. Where
Mm-hmm.
no joke, there are some episodes where I was feeling like my eyes were starting to water. It was like it had some good emotional weight. And I want to say episode 5, there's around that time, there's one episode where I'm like, oh my gosh, that like sucker punched me with it just being so, and I don't want to give it away, but it's like the entire episode. I'm like, it does a great
Ooh.
job of looking at, asking the question of what's your purpose, but when you reach a certain age, especially those that are not just retired, but like they're reaching like retirement home or
Mm-hmm.
that status of senior living. And I
Would you
think
want
that's
to do
really,
that? Because watching this,
it
I
makes it
feel
look
I
fun.
yeah, it makes it look fun. I feel like I would be the guy that never leaves his room, but I don't know, maybe there is a community element that you would eventually fall into.
Yeah.
I do
I
think it was hard. Like the beginning of that was kind of tough to watch because it is
yeah.
him in a routine without his wife. And
Hmm.
it just gets to a point where his routine ends and it's like, what do you do with the rest of your day?
Yeah.
Really not, you don't do anything. And
Yeah.
that's kind of sad. And it's not something that you look forward to because it's going to
Hmm.
happen at some point. So yeah, I do like the emotional little nuggets in there, and then
Yeah.
it is funny. And Ted Danson's always great.
He kills it.
He's
He
always so
freaking
good.
kills it. Yeah.
So
It's another massive win. I feel like following The Good Place, this is another fantastic role from Ted, and it's just like give the man more work, let him cook, and he's cooking more in his later days than his early years, even though like Cheers, but whatever. The I'm glad that both you and Lexi are liking it because it's a fun show. Um, I feel like if I had to say of 2024, it may have been one of my favorite shows slash miniseries. Although I will say when you reach the end of it, there's more that I'll say. But
does it set up more? Because I feel like you could do more with this concept.
do you want me to say or no?
Man,
I'm not gonna say.
don't say it. But
I'm not gonna
I
say.
would not have guessed that like only murders in the building would continue.
Yeah,
And that's an
true.
idea that you can actually continue. And
Yeah.
I just didn't think about how they would do that.
And Only Murders, it's done a good job. I was talking to someone recently about that, in which it's like they keep that, pretty actually it's my barber. He was like, man, it's such they keep it fresh. And I was like, just like your haircuts. But I don't know if he really enjoyed that pun. So it was good. Like I'm glad that you're enjoying that because you said it's a short watch. I think only 8 episodes, right? Just 8 episodes.
And that was the thing is she was tired and we went back and forth on what to watch. And we wanted to do like Friday Night Lights, but then we couldn't, it's not streaming anywhere. And then we were looking at shows that were 45 minutes each. And I was like, I don't want to do it. And we clicked on that. And I'm like, oh, 25 minutes, 21 minutes. Yeah, sign me up for that.
Buckle up for the last 2 episodes.